Hi, this is my review of the Kaiser 3000 series B-flat trumpet. For those of you unfamiliar with Kaizer Instruments, they're located in Southern California. They currently have a 1000 series trumpet for sale on the market today and are newly introducing 2 and 3000 series trumpets as well. This review is specific to the 3000 series. If you'd like more information on the 1000 series, an additional review can be found on my channel of the 1000 series. So let's talk about the 3000 series trumpet. It is a new trumpet that's just being released on the market. Because of that, I don't have any Amazon reviews to relay to you. The minimum suggested retail price for the instrument is $232. And with that, you get a 45-day trial period that you can try the instrument out and see if you like it. Kaizer Instruments actually have a lifetime warranty. If anything breaks on the instrument, they will send you replacement parts, so they fully intend to support these instruments. The 3000 series varies from the 1 and 2000 series, mainly in the valve assembly. The caps that are on the top and bottom of the three valves are a more heavy-duty look on the 3000 series. The pads or buttons on the top of the valves themselves also, instead of having a pearl overlay like you'd find in the 1 and 2000 series, the 3000 series is polished metal. I think it has more of an industrial look to it than a classic look to it like you would find on the 1 and 2000 series. One of my daughters just absolutely loves the look of the 3000 series, and I think she's going to try to confiscate it for her own. My other daughter prefers a more classical look of the 1 and 2000 series. I'm sure you're ready to see the trumpet, so let's take a look. This is the case the Kaizer trumpet comes with. It's a nylon type case, a softer material. It looks like it's pretty rigid and would do a decent job of protecting the instrument, but it's not rock hard. It is somewhat a softer feel to it. It's got a zipper here on the front and the top that you could tuck some stuff in. It has a carrying handle on the top. It has a carrying handle on the side, so the instrument could be carried vertically. There's D-hooks on the top for a shoulder strap. And if we turn the case around, you'll notice here on the back, there's actually 4 D-hooks, and there is an extra strap that comes with the instrument. So you could hook 2 straps on here and convert the case into a backpack. Okay, if we open the case itself, you'll find included is a polishing cloth, a pair of white gloves. Hiding inside the bell is a bottle of valve oil, a 7C silver colored mouthpiece, and the instrument that has a protective cover over it. If we remove the cover, here's what the instrument looks like itself. This is the gold version of the 3000 series trumpet. My initial observations are the trumpet appears well built. The mouthpiece is nice and tight into the mouthpiece adapter. Looking over the instrument, the slides are smooth, but yet tight, so I wouldn't think air leaks would be a problem. Everything seems to move very nice and free, so all the slides appear nice. Looking down the sight lines, the tubing is straight. The valves are all in line. The height of the valves is all the same. So construction seems to be pretty decent. The welds on the top here and the various places that you have welds, the welds all appear to be of good quality. I've seen some trumpets where I can actually move the mouthpiece here and the whole lead pipe flexes. This instrument seems to be very rigid. The valves are what were impressive to me. They're very responsive. They're very easy to push down, but yet they pop right back up, and I have yet to have any of them stick, and this is straight out of the box. Pay attention to the valves on beginner trumpets because they can tend to be the problem area. This trumpet has a first valve slide saddle and a third valve slide adjustable finger ring. I prefer the solidly affixed rings, but the adjustable ring tends to be the more common preferred method. This does have teeth across here, so you can adjust it and it should stay in. The problem I've had with these is sometimes they'll come loose during a performance, and I find it very distracting. So I prefer the fixed ring, but so far this one seems solid. This also has a lock down here so that we can lock the third valve slide from coming out the end of the instrument. The water key spring pressure seems very adequate, so I wouldn't assume there'd be any problems with air leaks there. Overall, the instrument looks very nice. The finish looks good. The slides are tight and smooth. The valves are responsive. When I picked it up, it was a nice weight. It seemed well balanced. and overall it seems well built. The tuning slide here has a single bracing. The bracing is actually on the removable portion of the slide. It's not double braced like some more expensive instruments would be. These ones that are single braced, my preference would be if they braced it here, because if this tuning slide is removed, it still makes this structure here very rigid. Whereas if I were to remove this tuning slide, there would be no bracing here, like during cleaning, for example, and I would have to be very careful not to bend the lead pipe. All right, so let's take a closer look at the instrument itself. You'll notice the valve caps on the tops of the valves here are the shiny metal that I talked about earlier in the review. They don't have the mother of pearl overlay like some valves do. The more substantial valve caps here and on the bottom as well are what is indicative of a 3000 series trumpet. All right, so let's take a look inside here at the valves. It's a pretty common valve design. You got the spring on the top and a nylon housing that the valve can move in. The valves look very nice. There are position locks so that when the valve is placed back in the housing, it will stay in position. So you're not going to get them sideways and then the instrument won't push air and won't work. The other thing is the water keys. If you want to see those up close, they do look nice and tight. The pads look like they're cork. If I try to get it to where the camera will focus here, I do want to mention that the holes on the water keys are a pretty small diameter hole, and just an observation. Overall, the instrument looks nice, and let's talk about some of the specifics. The bell here at the end is a 5-inch bell. The bore of the instrument is .464, which is considered a large bore instrument. It weighs 2.6 pounds. It does have the rose brass lead pipe. The rose brass is supposed to be less likely to corrode, so it's somewhat corrosion resistant. It's an upgrade from the yellow brass. The body of this trumpet is yellow brass, which is the common material that most trumpets are made out of. The valves are made out of stainless steel. Stainless steel is very corrosion resistant, and like I said, I was very impressed with the valves on this trumpet. As I mentioned a moment ago, it does have a first valve slide thumb saddle and a third valve slide adjustable ring. As of right now, the 3000 series is only available in this coloring. You'll notice the coloring is multi-tone, the rose brass, the silver accents, and then the gold body. I suspect in the future that will change and they'll probably add a silver coloring as well, but for now this is a color option available. All right, let's talk about the pros and cons of the Kaizer 3000 series trumpet. First of all, the pros. I was extremely impressed with the valves on this trumpet. I pay special attention to valves during reviews because they tend to be a problematic area in a lot of beginner level instruments. The valves on this trumpet move very freely. When pushed down, they were easy to push down. When released, they sprung right back up very quickly. Sticking wasn't a problem, and overall I think they seem to function very well. I was also impressed with the sound projection of this instrument. When playing it, it projected really well. I played it in a church, in a gymnasium, and the sound seemed to project very well in both of those. The pistons, slides, and mouthpiece all seem to be tight-fitting. None of them leaked air, and the slides moved freely even though they're quite tight. When playing the instrument, the resistance is what I would consider normal, or what I would expect. It's not too high of resistance, meaning too hard to blow air through it, and it's not too low of resistance, meaning you're going to run out of air very quickly, and it was an appropriate level of resistance. Again, on inexpensive instruments, sometimes resistance can be a problem. I didn't find it to be a problem on this trumpet. I was also impressed that the instrument stayed in tune quite well. From low C to high G, the G that's at the top of the score, the instrument was in perfect tune. Above high G, it started to become slightly out of tune. I'll talk more about that with the cons here in a moment. But in the range a beginning student would play, the instrument was in good tune and seemed to stay in tune well. The instrument is a nice weight. It's not too heavy. A new student would be able to hold the instrument up and their arm not get too tired, and it's light enough to carry around back and forth to school without weight being a problem. So it would be great for a young student. What I'm most impressed with Kaizer is their customer service. I'm very impressed that a company that sells inexpensive instrument is willing to back their instrument, send replacement parts, and offer a lifetime warranty. That to me is just amazing. Also, the 45-day trial period is pretty cool too. 45 days would give you a pretty good indicator whether you want to keep the instrument or not. So it shows how much faith they have in their instrument that they're willing to offer the trial period and provide a lifetime warranty. Okay, so let's talk about the cons of the Kaizer 3000 series trumpet. As I mentioned a moment ago, above high G that's at the top of the score, the instrument became slightly out of tune. Now, I think this might be more so to do with me because I have the same problem with my Bach trumpet, but above high G the instrument became a little sharp. So just something to be aware of for full disclosure. The tuning side on the 1 and 3000 series trumpets are single braced. I wish they were double braced. If you want double bracing, it is available in the 2000 series. The finish on the instrument looked beautiful. However, I did notice a couple little spots around some of the braces where there was a little black residue left over that didn't quite get cleaned off before delivering the instrument. So you don't be surprised if you find a little bit of black residue. With a towel, it seemed to wipe right off, so it was just didn't get fully removed before delivery. Another observation with this trumpet is the diameter of the holes in the water keys or spit valves is a smaller diameter than I'm used to. It seemed to take a couple more times of blowing to get all the spit out of the trumpet. It comes out freely. It's not like it won't come out. It's just a smaller diameter than I'm used to. The 2 and 3000 series trumpet only have one color option available at this time, which is gold. The 1000 series, however, is available in gold, silver, blue, or purple. So in summary, I would recommend the Kaizer 3000 series trumpet without reservation. It seems to me that Kaizer was able to solve a lot of the problems common to import instruments, things like poor construction, loose parts like a loose mouthpiece and loose slides, air leaks, poor projection, resistance problems, so the resistance being too high or too low, the instrument not remaining in tune, and the unavailability of replacement parts. So it seems to me with those problems being solved that the instrument actually is pretty good value. I would recommend this instrument especially to a beginning student. Recognize replacement parts may be not available locally and your local music store may not be willing to service the instrument. However, as a buyer, there should be some comfort to know that there is a lifetime warranty for the instrument if you have proof of purchase and you have the 45-day trial period. With the inexpensive purchase price of the instrument, in 1 year or less, you can actually save money over renting an instrument, so it's quite a value. If you'd like to purchase the Kaizer 3000 series trumpet, I will put the link to their website below. They can be purchased off their website. I've also seen their instruments advertised on Amazon, eBay, and some of them on the Walmart website. If you'd like to hear the Kaizer 3000 series, check out my other video demoing the Kaizer 3000 series for examples of how the instrument sounds. I hope you found this review helpful. If you have further questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Please check back on my channel and hopefully I'll have reviews of other trumpets for you in the future. Thank you.